the fastest you get out, the best your life will be. When you're in toxic relations, you deserve so much more. You're in a triangle and you might not even realize that. The reason why it's so hard to quit this. You don't need this triangle. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hello, I'm Mia, doctor psychiatrist, and today I want to share with you my stories. It feels like when you're in this field, you're not supposed to get into this kind of mental traps, but I'm here to tell you and testify that all things are possible, and the reason why I decided to share this is because of many people are in toxic relations, and honestly it's just been such a crazy journey, and I just want to tell you that you can do that too. I quit this crazy toxic relations that I was in for 3 years, and you can do the same too. And not only that, you can do this even faster. For me personally, it took just way too long because it's really easy to get into when you're like with a narcissist. There are different type of narcissists, and some of them are more hidden than the others. I'm not gonna go in this video into details because I don't want to make it too long, but the thing is that it's actually so easy not to recognize a narcissist even as a specialist, because when it's like a hidden one, there are different situations, different traps they do. Obviously we all know about people who only think about themselves and act this way, but there is so much more to it. When they pretend, when they act like it's not this way, when they try to be nice to you, and especially when they play cool guy or girl so well in front of the other people, it just sometimes it's hard to know. So if you ever blamed yourself for not realizing this earlier, don't do that. It's not gonna do well. You're doing a great job already. Since you're watching this video, I'm gonna tell you and I'm gonna explain here what you actually need to realize, and what you can do to get out, because the fastest you get out, the best your life will be, the most amazing experience will happen to you. Don't ever think something else. If somebody tells you that, oh, it's like such good relations for you, no, stop it there. You deserve so much more, and God loves us. He wants the best for us, I believe. I remember praying, even though I wasn't that close with God back then, but I was praying and asking God to send me a man who actually can take responsibility, who can, be a man basically, and don't just blame me and everything and gaslight me. And that's what happened. Not only that, I encourage you to read the Bible and pray and write your vision and write your dream man or dream woman in details, but obviously if you're in these relations, it might be feeling like it's never-ending cycle and it's hard to stop it. And the reason why it feels this way is because you're in a triangle and you might not even realize that. So let's try to paint it here. The reason why it's so hard to quit, simply because this. When you're in toxic relations, in abusive relations, no matter if it's like physical or mental, person just gaslights you and tells you that what you said is not true, and they make you question yourself and your answers and your what you say in your situation with this, which is their type of a game. This way they make you doubt yourself, and they can play their magic on you, so you stay with them longer, so then they can pretend that they are the best person for you ever, and they always play these crazy games. What happens is that you're probably a victim. You have this victim mentality, and this person is probably an aggressor. It usually goes this way. They usually are aggressive to you sometimes, not all of the time. Some people think that it have to be all the time, not all the time. It depends on the situation a lot. When you had enough, usually you go back here. You become an aggressor. And you might switch roles for a little bit. Usually, I don't think I ever met many people, even though I surprisingly met many people who were in this similar station, but I didn't meet very many people who were switching roles for too long. Usually, I feel like, especially for women, we are more victim position most of the time. Sometimes with these little explosions, when you know you had enough and you're like, yeah, stop it, I want to get out, we have to end this, and this person will be like, oh, wow, so here you're acting so bad to me. I'm so miserable. I love you so much, and you do this and that. Oh my, how could you do that? And then you fall into their traps over and over again, and it just never ending cycle. But so, what's with this side of the triangle, right? Well, this side also can happen, and I feel like usually it happens in the very beginning when you meet this person, and that's why you don't always recognize what kind of person is that, because many times this person acts like a rescuer, basically. Letter R. They act like a superhero sometimes, they pretend that they save you for something, or they might have helped you with some situations, or even two, or even more. But the thing is, they always will point it out to you and make it so crazy, make it like they did this the best, the biggest, the best thing in the world. They did it for you and they tried so hard. When in reality, if we look at it clearly, it's not that big of a deal, okay? It's just normal when you're in relations to, help other person. But it might have been so. That's what happened to me, kind of. I was kind of down mentally. Period of my life when I didn't feel the best, and I feel like when you're in that period, don't date, okay? Because you can attract some not the best partners in that period. I was so down. I guess I was more in this victim mentality, and this person felt like cheering me up, and it felt totally normal at the beginning. And then it suddenly started to turn over. The triangle started to go from here to here, and the roles switched. Usually, the triangle doesn't ever stand like this, it always moves. So then it goes from here, from aggressor to victim. Then this person from a being like this superhero turns to being this aggressive person, or just turn to be like a person who always torture you mentally, try tell you bad things, or gaslight you, or all those kind of things that you probably already know and felt, and then turn it on you, and then you might have even turn it on them, and it goes so on over and over and over this way. What's the answer? The answer is simply, you don't need this triangle, okay, to have a good relations. You need to quit this triangle. Literally, you need to quit. There's no other way. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but I'm here to tell you how to actually live your best life, how to have a life and not just be dancing for this person all your life and feel threatened and feel in pain and all of that. You have to quit. There's no other way. But it's not easy to quit, obviously. Some of them are dangerous people. Some of them actually might hurt you physically. So always search support. Always, if you walk away from a person who you feel like they might hurt you, make sure that you build up your plan and support system before, and you act secretly, because it might turn into bad situation pretty fast. I've heard a lot of those stories. Sometimes many of them are actually pretty scarcity people inside, and they are not gonna do nothing like that. They might threaten you, but they are not actually gonna do that. So it's a little bit of easier situation, and that was kind of my situation, but I still had to try really, really hard and go through multiple cycles to stop this, work with a psychotherapist to understand what is the reason why I'm in this triangle. Usually for us, it's, for most people, it's some kind of childhood trauma, and with your parents, maybe your parents were abusive, or, some kind of thing. Maybe one of your parents was a narcissist, or both of them, or it usually goes from there. And once you start kind of digging more into that, you will start to realize why you was in that position. You will start to remember why you had some of the situation happen to you in a childhood, but now you're adult, remember? So now you can just close your eyes and tell your inner child, it's all fine. I'm adult now. We're gonna take care of it. Okay? It doesn't have to be that painful anymore. You was a little child, obviously, who didn't have support, and now you're adult and you can take care of yourself, and God is taking care of you. You don't need to worry anymore. Okay? You can just quit. And once you realize why you was falling into these patterns, you don't need to fall into them anymore. Your life will be so good. You will find amazing people, amazing partners, amazing friendships, not just people who want something for themselves from you, not just somebody who sees something in you that they need, but somebody who is willing to love you unconditionally too. So I hope this clarified something. I wish I could go more into details, but it's going to be too long then. So till the next time.